All right. So go back to Genesis chapter 6, verse 10 through 11.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 10. And Noah begot the 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And the earth was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence.
Now, it said that during the time of Noah, the earth was corrupt. The strong Hebrew word for corrupt is 7843 shakath, which means to destroy, corrupt, go and ruin, decay, be corrupt, be injured, be ruined, be rotten, to pervert, corrupt, deal corruptly, morally, destroy. Go to Revelations 11 and 8. That's the state that the world is in. Because when you turn on the news and you look in these various regions of the world, all right, there's nothing but perverseness, all right, amongst the people, corruption from their government, from the top of their government to the bottom of their people. People getting destroyed in large numbers. What's good? That's like the 10th person you've seen just like that. I don't know if that's just them stepping out like that. That shit look gross, man. Whatever. Go to Revelations 11 and 18.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 18.
Need some water.
And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou should have judged, that thou should reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and should have destroyed them which destroy the earth.
And the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And the wicked is the Edomites, so-called white people, or those that descend of Caucasian descent, all right, on their father's side, regardless of what they look like. They are responsible for the destruction, perverseness, and corruption around the world, all right? And it's just like that, like it was during the time of Noah. It said that the earth was full of corruption and violence. You could go back to where we was in Genesis 6 and 11.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence.
Now, the word violence is Strong's Hebrew 2555, which is Hamas, or Hamas, which means violence, wrong, cruelty, injustice, and oppression. Now, isn't that happening all around the world? Isn't that happening here in the United States? All right, why isn't your pastor bringing that out? That's how it was during the time of Noah. That's how it is now. And that's a sign that we're close to the return of the Lord. So your pastor should be talking about this if he was looking for the day of the Lord. If he understood it. If he was a man of the Lord. But he's not. He's saying otherwise. Okay? Because all around the world is nothing but violence, wrong, cruelty, injustice, and oppression happening to all peoples. Alright? But mainly to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Descent. Go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 11, verse 37 through 46.
2nd Esdras chapter 11, verse 37. And I beheld, and lo, as it were a roaring lion chased out of the wood. And I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle, and said, Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, Thou art not thou it that remaineth with the fourth beast, whom I made to reign in my world?
Yeah.
and the end of their times might come through them.
Talking about Esau. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Okay? So Esau, that proves the so-called white man is the end. We in the time of the end of these heathens ruling, because at the end of the time of the heathens ruling, the so-called white man was going to be in power. Esau was going to have his kingdom. And the earth was going to be just like it was during the time of Noah, full of violence and corruption. All right, the people are perverted and wicked, and their imaginations are perverted, and it grieved the Lord and the men of the Lord. All right, and those that believe in the Lord. Keep reading.
And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past.
Talking about the ancient Roman Empire. All right, keep reading.
And had power over the world with great fearfulness.
And that goes into the revival, okay, of the Roman Empire in the form of NATO, America, and the EU. All right, that's how they have power over the whole, oppression over the whole earth. Read that part again.
And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the whole world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression.
Much wicked oppression. Now it said that the earth was filled with violence, and when you look that Hebrew word up, is kamas, which means violence, cruelty, injustice, and oppression. And it said that the so-called white man, his kingdom, he's going to rule the earth with much wicked oppression. And it said that the earth was also corrupt, full of perverseness. So we're close to the second return of the Lord, man. All right? Keep reading.
And so long time dwell he upon the earth with deceit.
Yep.
For the earth hast thou not judged with truth. For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurted the peaceable, thou hast loved lies, and destroyed the dwelling of them that brought forth fruit.
Yep.
And hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Therefore is thy wrongful dealings come unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore appeared no more thou eagle, nor the horrible wings, nor the wicked feathers, nor the malicious heads, nor the hurtful claws, nor all the vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return and deliver from the violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her.
That's right. Go to Ecclesiasticus 40, verse 9 through 10. All right.
Sirach chapter 40, verse 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamity, famine, and the tribulation, and the scourges, these things are created for the wicked.
Yep.
And for their sake came the flood.
So when the flood came, that was the icing on the cake, the cherry on top of the sundae of all the destruction the Lord brought upon that wicked generation during that time. All right. Okay, because they refused to repent. All right, but the Lord told Noah before he even went out there and spoke to him that they weren't going to listen, that they was going to end up dying by getting drowned when the Lord made it rain on the earth, which, like we said, that never happened before. Okay, just like when we come out here and we tell you that America going to be destroyed, all right, for breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, which they profess they believe in, all right, by building this wicked ass kingdom up off of the blood, all right, the mass murder and raping, all right, and theft of the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and because of the blood that's shed of the other nations, because the Lord is just.